yesterday, Bill. Thought the roof was going to come off with all that wind.
Oh yeah, it was hard conditions, wasn't it?
God,
Really hard conditions.
lich.
Sorry, Dave. Billy shit just spoke up.
It's all that booze, isn't it?
Of course you are. Of course you are.
He talks some nonsense, doesn't
Don't
Yeah,
he?
we are live, by the way, just so you know. But yeah,
he? Yeah, I'll tell the world he's a chief.
he smashed that with his tits. That's what it is. He smashed that with his tits. We've had the insider knowledge. Yeah.
He forgets he's 72. He's not a
Yeah.
21-year-old no more.
Oh dear.
How's
What's
things been?
that? What's that, Bill?
How's things going your end?
Yeah, still going, mate. Still going. I'm beating him in 5 games, so just Bill, same old story. Not performing. I start thinking, am I literally just too negative now and seeing a different game? But or maybe I put them on a pedestal too high that I think they should be doing better. And that's what I've got to work out because I know individually what sort of players I have and just not performing. At home, we're dreadful, Bill. We're dreadful at home, um, and we can't blame the pitch because the pitch is best it's been for about 3 years. It's a,
Yeah.
it's a bobbly it's a bobbly pitch, but it's still the best it's been, and other teams can play on it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we can't blame the pitch in that instance. So yeah, I think it's just a mental block at the minute. But yeah, listen, we're still unbeaten. I think we're really hard to beat, which is a key aspect to have as a team. Um, but yeah, we with my front line, I just feel like we should be scoring more, and that's our problem at the minute.
Are you creating enough?
Hell of a lot, and that's frustrating. I mean, Saturday we didn't create a lot. Tuesday night against Brisbane Town, we created enough to win the game, but still not as much as we have been. But other those 2 games, we create, and it's not even word of a lie, 6, 7, like
Okay.
not half chances, good chances, and we're not finishing them. So that's my frustration going forward at the minute. It's okay. Listen, we're still in and around it, so it's still a half decent start. You had it right off yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, we was good yesterday. We was
Yeah.
good.
Well,
Um,
welcome to the manager's view, and so that's the first interview over. So
Yeah. Well, it usually is just Billy anyway, so I thought we'd just get a few words in.
and as you can see, we're one person short tonight. You might have heard that. We've had inside information that he's been on the Terps all day. So, and we've just had a group text saying that he's just woken up and he's not feeling too good. I think that's what they call hangover, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah, but I think we need to talk about this. I think how many weeks now in a row you ain't been on the show? It's a
I know.
disgrace. It's a
Yeah.
disgrace. So I think we need to maybe either kick him out or because he's boring as hell, though, isn't he? As well. So I don't know. Yeah, it's a disgrace. He needs to look at himself.
Bill, your faults.
fairly new on here, so I won't say what I actually think. But yeah, he's having a few weeks off, isn't he?
Unbelievable, isn't it? Absolutely unbelievable. But well, what can you do, eh? But Mark, so let's start with you then, and so you can get your words in edgeways. So about, I mean, you've had an interesting week.
Yeah, to say the least. I mean, we had a positive result on Tuesday, I would say. Away from home, 1-1 against the league favourites. I think we were competing really well. If I felt we had enough chances to win the game, but listen, I was never going to be negative with a draw. Probably would have taken that before the game. They're a strong outfit, really really direct, tall, strong, physical front line, and I was really pleased with us on Tuesday night. Then what you do is you follow it up, hopefully with a win at home to make that a point even better. And yeah, it's a bit frustrating because I felt it was there for the win. We went in confidence at home against Leverstock. They're a team that have been obviously on the up last year. They was finding their feet in the league, in the new league for them, and this year they've started really really well. And they've drawn a lot of games, but drawn against teams who are right in there. So we knew what we were expecting from them. Sorry, and yeah, we weren't at it. We had a different team from Tuesday and Saturday, and that's our problem so far. I know we've only been played 8 games, but we are lacking in consistency. You know, you can't go from a decent performance on Tuesday and then be it threes and fours on the Saturday. And listen, I know the saying is when you're not playing well and you're picking up points, that's good. But I think I've said it so many times on this show where we've had a lot of poor performances, and we're still winning and picking up points, but that will eventually turn the other way, and we'll lose a few. So yeah, it's my job to try and find that consistency and get a good 3, 4, 5 wins on the board in a row.
I mean, what do you think causes it though? You know, as you said, like you get a good result against the title favourites, and and then maybe not the result you wanted on the Saturday. What do you think that causes that?
There's a lot of things really. I mean, I made a few changes because it was a physical battle on Tuesday night, and the boys that I didn't change, it's going to take it out of them because I've got a few old heads in the team, and it was a great game Tuesday, real physical for 90 minutes. So that takes it out of you, and they got to go and do it again on Saturday. So you got to look at the physical aspect and how much energy they've got and their heavy legs. The boys that I did swap, were they at it? Were they ready? Did I need to change it? I thought I did. So you look, there's loads of aspects in terms of changing players for various different reasons. Rested a couple because we've got a heavy October. So that's going to maybe come down to inconsistency. I said to Bill, I don't know if it was live at the time, or whatever, but we've got a bit of a mental block at home. We're not great at home. I think the excuse used to be our pitch. That can't be an excuse this year. So, yeah, I mean, it's not really a fortress, and it never really has been under my reign. I think we had a period in my first full season that we went a good few games unbeaten at home. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think it is the inconsistency of this, maybe the same team, but I've got a lot of legs, heavy legs in the team that I had to change. So that could be that plays a part for sure. But I do feel like the players I bring in to play are good enough to match the players that I've replaced them with. So because I'm really happy with my squad. But I think that's got to be one of the key aspects to why the inconsistency is this.
Mm. And you've added Lamar to the squad as well.
Yeah, listen, he's a fabulous keeper. He's been around non-league, a lot of clubs. Great attributes as a keeper. He comes with a reputation, as we all know, in terms of a hothead. I'm hoping I could be the manager that sort of calms him down a little bit, but that's what makes him who he is, And he's been fantastic the last 2 games. Kept us in it. A couple of saves on Tuesday night at Biggley Town, and he didn't have much to do on Saturday, if I'm honest with you, other than pick the ball out of the net. But he gives a little bit of experience. He talks. He's vocal behind. And listen, no disrespect to Donny, mother keeper, but he's a lot more experienced and vocal, and it breeds confidence for a centre half or defence to have that behind you. So yeah, let's hope we can keep him away from red cards and keep him fresh for the rest of the season.
Lamar's a good keeper. Sorry, Dave. He's
Say,
a very
Bill.
good keeper. Lamar's a very good keeper. Lamar comes with a bad reputation. Lamar's not a bad person.
No, he's a great person. He's a bit like me. We're nice people out the pitch, but when you're on the pitch, you turn into a winner. You're a warrior. And I listen. What I know of him, I've played against him for years, but he's a great kid, great lad. He's bonded straight away with the boys. He's a good character in the change rooms. But you've seen some of the red cards he's got and what he's done.
Goalkeeper, he's not all there, and that's what goalkeepers used to be like.
Yeah, exactly that.
You play with a goalkeeper, they was mentally not the same as everyone else.
Yeah. It's for your goalkeeper. You can't be all there. You know what I mean?
But the attributes.
You've got Hitchin away at the weekend, and then you've got an easy game after that, of course, against Ware at home, and then
that's the 3 points. Yeah,
and then you've got Enfield and Flatwell Heath at home. So you've got 3 home games, one after another.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that Flatwell game had to be checked. The FA Cup. That's how. Sorry, Jez, I put myself on mute. So I mean, listen, any other manager would like to play at home, but when I see 3 home games in a row, it worries me a little bit, because you should be looking at least 7 points from those games at home. 2 wins and a draw you'll take. But yeah, it's not an easy October. Really strong October. Saturday, Tuesdays. Hitching next week again. I always do my homework. They've been a bit up and down. They're one of the favourites naturally because they got relegated last year. Play some good football, young team. So we're set up away. We think we can beat them. And then we got Ware, which will be 3 points. That'd be the one that we got, which would be an easy 3 points for us. But no, listen, they're flying. We're flying. They obviously worry me every year. They're a derby we play against. So listen, like I said, there's not much more to say other than it's a really difficult October. So it'll if we do better, I want sort of 12 points minimum for the 6 games, for the 8 games we've got. If I always look at 2 points per game, puts us right in there at the end of the season. So that'll be our target for October. And then that's where we are. October, it could put us right in there and shape us up nicely, ready for the real winter months, November, December, January.
No, absolutely. But it's going well, though. I mean, still, you say you're not necessarily pleased with the performances, but you're still hanging in and around that sort of playoff places still. And so, as you said, even though you might not be pleased with performances, you're still in there.
Yeah, listen, Dave, if we carry on this whole season and we're bagging there and maybe in the playoffs coming in the season and we haven't been playing well, then I'm not going to moan about it. But I do know football, and I do know it does can change. And it's nothing better than a nice performance and 3 points. For a manager, that's what you want. I appreciate it. Step 4, you're not going to have that consistency. You're not going to have that. But we aren't playing. We're playing more bad games than good games. But no, listen, I can't compare with the results. We're banging there. I think there's 6 points that separate first to 12th. It's real close, and I think it'd be pretty similar the whole season like that. I don't think any team will run away with it. But no, listen, in terms of point scoring, Dave, I'm really, really happy. We're banging there. Like I said, at a club like Welling, we should be at mid-table, so we're doing well. But I just want to add to these points now with more performances, better performances.
No, definitely. But Billy, yourself, I mean, at the weekend, a really good win in the trophy, followed up by a disappointing Tuesday night.
Yeah. It was a very disappointing Tuesday night, if I'm honest. Wasn't that we played bad. It was that every time they shot, they scored. It stuck its shot corner. They had another opportunity, ball bounced from 25 yards corner. I went in at half time. We could have got maybe one back before half time, but we wasn't at it. We underestimated how well they got around the park, how quick they was the counter attack. So half time we kind of addressed it. We changed a couple of things. We put a little bit more legs where we needed it, and then we kind of smothered them. We got a goal back on top of the game, and the ball went over the top. Our centre half got the ball. They pulled him down. He's laid on the floor. Referee didn't give nothing, and the goalkeeper. Everyone's kind of stopped, and he just shot, but got in the goal 3-1 down. So it was one of them kind of performances. Then we dusted ourselves off again, scored again, 3-3, only one winner. We've created 4 or 5 opportunities to go and win the game. Standing on the halfway line, we've gone to pass a square ball, they've nicked it, gone up the other end, we've blocked it again, it's fell to someone, tapped it in 4-3. So it was a real difficult night. But afterwards, I said to the boys, I think they've had 6 shots and scored 4 of them. I think it was similar with Malden. They just took their chances also. And I said to the boys, this is what happens. Sometimes you go on a run, doesn't matter how well you play, teams have opportunities and they take them and they punish us. And that's what happened. So it was kind of, we trained Thursday night on what our issues were, because I feel like the players were getting sucked towards the ball. They was getting sucked to, we're the best team on the pitch, so we don't have to worry about our defensive duties so much. So Thursday night we set our zones up like we do, just to make everything clear, because we've brought in such a turnover of players and we haven't trained much because of the Tuesdays, Saturdays. I've been giving them the Thursday nights off because we've been so low in numbers. And it was like, okay, it's a refresh, boys. Who knows their jobs? Who knows their roles? Who doesn't? On the ball, off the ball. Let's go through it for an hour. And it was to identify that the new players don't know. So it can't always come from the management or the staff. Other boys on the team have to stand up and learn other people's roles and responsibilities and help them through it. So we went through that Thursday night, and went out for something to eat as a team to kind of discuss it and go from there. And then Saturday we rolled into Walthamstow. and it was a real good performance. We got to look at ourselves and think if we get ourselves right, if we defend correctly, if we look after areas on the pitch and do our job off the ball, that we have no issue on the ball. We've got so much talent,
Mm.
and it's just kind of making them remember that because we haven't trained so much, they get carried away with how good they are on the ball. They forget what to do off of it, and that's where I'm massive.
Mm. I mean, he's talking to into yesterday, horrendous conditions, but what a fantastic win.
Yeah, it suited us. The wind was everywhere. We don't kick the ball long, apart from Bradley Suckett on me number eight's foot for his goal. But yeah, we don't we play we invite the pressure that if teams want to press us, that's what we want. They dropped off us. They went into a mid block, but their back line forgot to drop, so they made it quite easy to get behind them. So that was the whole target. It was their fullbacks are very good. It was wingers. Can we pin their fullbacks high and wide so we can allow our players to play in the middle of the park? I changed the formation yesterday, so we had the overload in the middle of the park just to try to get to run the legs off of them, and it kind of worked. And obviously we got another clean sheet, so yeah, I think that's 6 clean sheets this season so far. So it kind of all went to plan.
Probably one of the first times I've seen Mr. Hughes concede 6 goals.
Yeah, he's a very good goalkeeper.
I mean,
Very,
and
they've got very good players. They've got so many good players, and they do it every year, Walthamstow. They always attract really good players in their team.
I mean, what's the situation injury wise? I mean, I know you got, as you said, you got quite a few out. I mean, what's the scenario with them? Anybody coming back soon? And what's the situation with Jack who you got on loan from Barnet?
Yeah, that's a difficult one with Jack. I was away and the loan extension run its course and we didn't get it back in time. We was a day late, and now because it's the EFL, we have to wait a certain amount of time before we can get him back in again. So it wasn't as straightforward as okay, his loan run out, let's renew it. It was his loan run out because we didn't renew it within the time we had him. Then it has to go to the EFL, and there's different rules compared to what our level of football is at.
Mm.
So maybe we will have to wait a little bit of time before that can happen again. Down to injuries, we had Caden and Nick back in the squad, so that helped. We've got Lukey back in training, so he'll be in the squad very shortly. We'll have Cal Da Costa back in training in the next week or so. Then in a week or two, we'll have Kieran, we'll have Ollie, we'll have. It's starting to come back. We're starting to have 5, 6 players starting to come back in training within the next 3 weeks.
I mean, people by the side of me on Sunday were asking about Ben and as well. I mean, what's going on with Ben and Prince?
Yeah, Baker and Prince, both their knees, both got knees issues. Baker gets information Monday to see if it's an operation or it's a way of getting a fix. Prince is waiting for a second opinion. At the present minute, we've got our fingers crossed about Baker. But by Monday afternoon, I know where I stand with him. I even know that he'll be back in 3 weeks or he'll be back after Christmas.
Mm. And of course, he's just joined. He's just joined watching, so we've got to say about it again. I mean, the assist from Bradley on we talked about Amit's goal, but good assist.
Ain't his first assist either. Give him that. I'll give him that. This is the whole thing. We invite them onto us, and as soon as a team presses, the information goes to Bradley. Bradley, you pick out certain areas, and players make them runs, and he just puts it on the sixpence for them. That's why he's so important to the way we play football.
Mm.
That's the idea because he knows he wants to talk about his assist. Mate, just go to sleep, Brad. Don't turn it off. Turn your head off. Have family time. Don't watch this show. It's all about him and his assist. Love that.
But what about draw tomorrow? I mean, is there steps 3 and that? Sorry, step 2 and all that coming in the trophy draw tomorrow?
I don't believe so. I think it's step 3. I'm not really sure. I think it's step 3. Maybe it's step 2. I'm not too sure. I know it's another 2 rounds before the conference comes in, I believe.
Any particular team there take your fancy?
No, I never mind. I'd like a home draw. At the minute, we've been really good. Uh, the pitch is really good. It's the best it's been for a while with us, and it gives us the opportunity to kind of go on a good cup run. I believe this is the furthest the club's been in the trophy. So I'm looking forward to wherever we get tomorrow.
And of course, we were talking earlier on about a certain Mr. Paul Halsey sort of not turning up again for the show, but Mr. Dave Hodges as well not turning up for the after-match interviews either. He's in sunny climes. I mean, what's going on?
He's on holiday. He's on holiday, I believe.
What's up with that? What happened? What, they all go away on holiday during the season today? I love that club. What a club.
Bad, isn't it, mate? It is bad. That's, I think I'm leading a bad example by that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to inviting some of my players back. I'm getting a lot of phone calls from players as well who want to join us. So it feels like there's a real buzz around the club at the minute. I know we're not great in a league position at the minute. We've got games in the hand. I always preferred to get points on board, but we just got to go on a little run. Same as Mark said, if we can stick 3-4 wins together in the league and try to push up that table and kind of see where we sit after 10, 12 games, we know who the main runners are.
And of course, you're going to probably one of my favourite grounds you're going to at the weekend. Of course, going to Brighton FC Regent.
Yes.
It's going to be a tough one, even though they've not started the season that great. I mean, they were up there last year, of course, in the playoffs.
Yeah, do you know what? It's really difficult. I say it like AFC Dunstable done exactly the same. Played very good football, had some really good players, and then people start handpicking your players. And when they take 4 or 5 players away from you that are of very good quality, it's hard to replicate that the next season. And I believe that's what's happened to Brighton this year at the minute. I think they will get new players in to kind of replace them. But it's really hard when someone takes 4 or 5 of your best players away from you.
No, absolutely. Well, listen, guys, I've taken up enough of your Sunday. You can all go and have a drink now and, be professional, unlike that Halsey. And I'll see you all next week.
Thanks, Dave. Top man.
See you later.